Adventures of Kincaid. In the lively village of Windmore, where the air was always filled with the scent of fresh pine and the distant sound of hammering echoed from the workshops, Kincaid was putting the final touches on his latest invention. He was a boy of about 12, with a shock of untidy brown hair and eyes as sharp as an eagle's. Beside him, offering a hand with the heavy tools, was Princess Aria, a girl of similar age, her hair tied back in a practical braid, her eyes alight with excitement and curiosity. Today was no ordinary day in Windmore. It was the day Kincaid and Aria would unveil their skyship, a marvel of engineering with sleek wings and a hull crafted from the lightest wood, all designed by Kincaid himself. More importantly, it housed the cloud compass, an intricate device capable of navigating through the trickiest winds and the thickest fogs essential for their planned journey to the mythical Sky Kingdom. The village square was bustling with folk as they gathered around the skyship, marveling at the young inventor's prowess. Old Mr. Hawthorne, the village smith, clapped Kincaid on the back, nearly knocking the wind out of him. "Never seen anything quite like it, lad. You're going to make history," he boomed, his voice echoing over the murmur of the crowd. As the sun reached its zenith, casting a golden glow over the village, Aria stepped forward, clearing her throat gently before speaking. "Today we set forth on a journey not just through the skies, but into the realm of discovery. This compass," she said, pointing to the small gleaming device at the heart of the ship, "will guide us safely to the Sky Kingdom, a place of legend and untold treasures." Just as the crowd's cheers reached a crescendo, a shadow swept over them. A gigantic airship, black as night, loomed above. Its presence cast a pall over the square, and as it descended, a figure leapt from its deck, landing with a thud in front of Kincaid and Aria. He was a tall man, his coat tattered at the edges, a wide-brimmed hat shadowing his eyes. It was Sky Pirate Vance, known far and wide for his cunning and ruthlessness. Without a word, Vance dashed towards the cloud compass, snatching it from its casing. "Thank you for this little treasure," he sneered, pocketing the device. Before anyone could react, he was back aboard his ship, which shot upwards into the sky with a burst of wind, leaving the villagers in shock and dismay. Kincaid's fists clenched as he watched the pirate ship disappear into the clouds. "We'll get it back," he said, determination setting his jaw firm. "We have to." Aria nodded, her expression resolute. "Let's show him that no one steals from the people of Windmore." Together, they prepared their skyship for immediate departure. The adventure to reclaim what was theirs had just begun. As Kincaid and Aria ascended above the familiar forests and hills of Windmore, their skyship, guided by the stars and Kincaid's makeshift navigation tools, sailed smoothly through the evening sky. The journey to the Sky Kingdom was shrouded in myths, said to be located above the highest clouds where the air turned thin and the sun shone with unrelenting brightness. The first challenge arrived sooner than expected. As they navigated through a dense cloud bank, a sudden, violent storm engulfed them. Lightning crackled around their ship, and thunder boomed like drums of war. Kincaid, quick on his feet, adjusted the sails and steadied the rudder, fighting to keep their craft aloft. Beside him, Aria chanted an old sailor's hymn to calm her nerves and boost Kincaid's spirit. Together, they maneuvered through the tempest, their bond strengthened by each shared heartbeat of peril. When the storm finally subsided, revealing a sea of tranquil cloudscapes, they encountered the sky sirens, mysterious creatures with voices as clear as the wind. The sirens attempted to lure them away from their path, their songs filling the air with haunting melodies. But Kincaid and Aria, wise to the ways of such enchantments, plugged their ears with wax and pressed onward, unswayed by the sirens' deceitful allure. Their next encounter was with an old hermit named Calum, who lived in a suspended garden, a haven floating in isolation. Calum, a master of aerial botany, shared his knowledge of the Sky Kingdom, revealing a hidden route through the cloud labyrinth, a maze of ever-shifting vapors that many had entered, but few had escaped. Grateful for the guidance, Kincaid and Aria stocked up on Calum's cloudberries, which provided sustenance and kept their spirits high. With Calum's directions, they entered the cloud labyrinth. Inside, the world was a blur of swirling mists and changing paths. Kincaid's mechanical instincts combined with Aria's sharp memory, honed by years of studying ancient maps and texts. Together, they deciphered patterns in the chaos, steering their ship through narrow gaps and avoiding dead ends, their teamwork seamless as if they shared a single mind. Finally emerging from the labyrinth, the Sky Kingdom loomed before them, majestic and imposing. Its towering spires and floating gardens were a sight of awe and wonder, yet the challenge was far from over. Here in this celestial fortress, they would face Vance, recover the cloud compass, and perhaps uncover deeper secrets of the Sky Kingdom. As their skyship docked at the grand skyport of the kingdom, Kincaid and Aria readied themselves for the confrontation ahead, their resolve as firm as the metal of their ship's hull. Upon their arrival at the Sky Kingdom, Kincaid and Aria were immediately struck by the stark contrast between the opulent cityscape above and the darker truths that lay beneath. As they ventured deeper into the kingdom, they quickly learned that not all was as glorious as it seemed. The residents, burdened by Vance's tyrannical rule, lived in fear, their eyes reflecting stories of loss and despair. Determined to confront Vance and retrieve the cloud compass, Kincaid and Aria used their wits to navigate through the intricately guarded pathways leading to Vance's stronghold. Along the way, they befriended an unlikely ally, a young mechanic named Elara, who despised Vance for the chaos he had brought upon her family. With Elara's help, they devised a plan not only to reclaim the compass, but also to free the Sky Kingdom from Vance's grip. The final confrontation took place in the heart of Vance's lair, a massive airship dock that also served as his command center. As they faced Vance, Kincaid and Aria quickly realized that brute force would not win this battle. Instead, they used their understanding of his motives. Vance's desperate actions were driven not by mere greed, but by a need to protect his own village below from the relentless storms that plagued it. Kincaid offered a solution. Using the cloud compass, they could navigate the storms and disperse them, saving Vance's village without the need for theft or intimidation. Moved by their compassion and swayed by the logic of their plan, Vance agreed to a truce. Together, they set out to redirect the storms, using the cloud compass and Vance's extensive knowledge of the skies. The mission was a success. As they watched the last of the storms dissipate, a sense of accomplishment filled the air. Kincaid, Aria, and even Vance knew that they had not only restored order to the Sky Kingdom, but had also prevented further suffering for Vance's village. They returned to the kingdom as heroes, greeted with cheers and gratitude.